I make ceramic arts, mostly wheel throw and pottery. I started getting into wheel throwing when I was 15. I was a sophomore in high school and they offered pottery classes. And I just discovered it to be my passion, to be something I couldn't live without.
I'm Hannah Choi and I do photography. I started photography when I was in 9th grade. I always had a passion, or I really liked to do photography, but most of it was just on my phone before, and then I legit started doing photography when I was in 9th grade of high school.
My name is Riley Joe, and I play piano and compose music. I started when I was 8 years old, so when I was a 3rd grader, and I really liked the piano because I just really enjoyed music in general.
So I do photography, and I enjoy taking photographs and putting them in Photoshop. I've been doing it since I was 15, and so it's been a few years now. I was a sophomore in high school, and now I'm a freshman in college.
My name is Chris Theron, and I do animation. I've been doing animation for about 9 years, since I was about 10. I started out doing Lego stop motion with toys and stuff like that, because my mom got me this stop motion program for my birthday, and so it kind of just went from there.
Pottery to me is special because it's so interactive. I get to use my hands, I get to touch each form, and it has my personal touch to it, my energy, my self reflected in every piece.
I liked using photography because it helps me see the beauty in just everyday things. You can use your own personal vision to show people what the world really is in your eyes.
Photography has definitely helped me overcome a lot of difficulties when I was in high school. My high school was really academically rigorous. It was very competitive. All the people around me was focused on their grades, and I think that really stressed me out. And the only outlet that I could, de-stress was through photography. And because of photography, it's really cliche, but I was able to find myself, because in my school everyone was doing the same thing, and that really didn't motivate me in life. But photography was a really great thing that I was able to do. That made me happy.
It's just another way of telling people what you think and these sort of ideas you have. It's an outlet for you to channel feelings you have, and something to help you deal with just whatever's going on in your life, because it's this one thing you can keep going back to over and over again if other kind of bad things are happening in your life.
I think I enjoy playing piano because it relaxes me, and it's one of my greatest passions, just playing piano. When I'm really stressed out, I'll just take a minor break, come down, and just start playing piano, and then everything just feels a lot better. When I was little, my parents inspired me sort of to try new things, and then I started playing piano, and they saw I was super inspired. And I mean, other people would say, oh, it doesn't matter about if she can play piano or not, because everyone can play piano, but it's super important.
People are scared of going into an art field, and I felt that fear definitely, because you're scared you're not going to make it, you're not going to be good enough, because it's all dependent on you and your creativity and what you're making. There's no fallback job, there's no safety net to catch you if you fail, because it's all about what you're making and doing, and it's scary and it's worth it. And people aren't that supportive of that. I'll tell somebody I'm going to art school, and then they'll tell me about how they have a friend that found a job after art school. It's a miracle. It's not a miracle. Everyone finds jobs after art school. Everyone makes their own jobs after art school.
A lot of people view photography and art school as like a waste of time and money, but I don't think that's true because I think that you should study what you enjoy.
I think people tend to view math and science subjects as more realistic because you can find jobs that'll make you more money, and people are very obsessed with getting richer, getting better things, bigger things, and that's not what I want my life to be about. I want my life to be about creating, making, and making things so other people can use and enjoy them and have art in their everyday lives. Like a bowl or a mug is something you touch every day, every cup of coffee you drink, and I think that has an impact on you, whether it's handmade, made in a factory, you bought it at JCPenney, or you bought it from an artist. There's a difference there.
I definitely think science and math and English, everything's very important, but I feel like art is what makes us want to live life, and a lot of the things that people do in their career field are because of, it makes them money, or like they have a stable career. But I think what makes us happy in life is to do things that we love to do, and that's not necessarily doing academic stuff. It's more about doing hobbies and like, taking pictures, or like making films, or writing poetry. Like those kind of stuff is what makes people want to live life. And I think that's why art is so important to me.
I think music really inspires kids and like our generation in general, because these kids just listen to music all the time, and like there needs to be like at least some focus and some escape from reality, from like math and science that just like brings them down, and music is one that just inspires others.
Art is equally important as any other subject because it encourages free thinking, analytical thinking. It shows you that it's okay to go outside the box, to not conform, and it really encourages individualistic thought.
I don't really have like any like art school or like any like art classes like in my school because like they do like have like more math, history, and stuff like that. But I do think like it is important for you to have like at least some sort of like, even if it's not like a lot, at least like some sort of like knowledge of art and like knowledge of like doing like filmmaking or like painting or something like that. Just because like it's just like another like part of the things you should learn. Like how all schools have math. But no, none of them have like doing like filmmaking or like animation is like a core sort of thing that's required for you to learn. And so I just think it's important because it is another part of our lives, like doing like history and science and things like that, and they just don't teach it to you.
So there were a lot of art classes, but they weren't taken as seriously. The art program was very structured in my school, so you couldn't really make art that you came up with. You would have to follow some sort of like arts and crafts thing the teacher would give you. So that I used to not really enjoy going to art class when I was a kid, because it was just like math. They tell you the steps to do something. Like they said, make this chair or make this like yarn picture or something. Like they would tell us the exact thing that they wanted us to do.
My high school was like, everyone wanted to like go into like med or some law degree or something that would support them and like make them like have a stable career in the future. And I think that was really hard for me, just trying to like get out of that stereotype, like trying to get out and not do something like that because that didn't make me happy. And I think for so long I kind of felt that I was weird about that, like, oh, I'm the weird one. I'm the weird one because I'm not pursuing something that is going to help me in the future or something like that. And I think that was something that I really had to overcome. But then in the end of it, I really think that if I didn't choose to go to Emerson, or I didn't choose to do things that made me happy, then I would regret it so much like later in life. And I think that's why I want to do photography for the rest of my life.